Hello. How are you guys doing?
Hi there.
All right. Oh, look, Mr. A is the first one up. He says, Tom fucking Brady. He says, there's only one number 12, Tom fucking Brady. Mr. A says, Aaron Rodgers is the greatest quarterback ever, or really look at the score. Aaron Rodgers, get on your knees and kneel before Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers, down from the count. Down for the count. I like it. I like it. Luke says Brady's the only quarterback I know who doesn't mind hurting his passer rating at the end of a blowout victory, though the two drops aren't his fault. Absolutely. In fact, when it comes to stat whoring this year, I think up until about week 10, you should do it because you didn't have preseason, right? So it's forgivable, even for Drew Brees.
I,
It's forgivable. So,
I I was gonna say there was a time in that game where Brady could have threw another touchdown, but he didn't. He chose to give it to Ronald Jones. Oh my God!
hmm.
I mean, we have to stop the show right now. You might get to it, but we have to stop the show immediately. Right now, we have to stop
What the fuck?
the show.
What just
I
happened?
guess I guess we all have to hope Brady wins every week. If that's gonna happen as soon as we start the show.
Elizabeth! Elizabeth!
Coming to join you, Elizabeth.
I'm coming, Elizabeth. Uh, Milena, Milena. Holy shit. Get your ass over here. Look at what Nightwalker did.
Did she know?
She's right next to me. She tied my babushka for me. Okay. Um,
Nightwalker. I mean,
I'm not even in a bad mood anymore about the Patriots game. Fuck
yeah,
it.
I've forgotten about it totally.
Okay. Daniel, uh, Nightwalker just sent a 500 euro super chat. Holy shit.
And all he said was Thomas tied with Brady number 12. Was
Let's
that?
fucking go. Wow. That's 585 American. That's American.
$86 pretty
That's
much.
that's American, damn it. God, am I glad that that Tom Brady outdueled Aaron Rodgers today. Holy shit. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Um, dude, Nightwalker, that's a freaking nuclear bomb, dude. That's a nuclear bomb. That is that is one of those. I thought Germany wasn't allowed to have nukes. I thought there was some kind of like contract or something where,
Yeah, only we can do it to Japan and stuff.
yeah, I thought we were only allowed to do the nuking. How the fuck did you just nuke us?
He says we have them. Well, apparently you do.
Apparently, apparently, I was mistaken.
Wow, man.
Unbelievable. Daniel, you're fucking awesome, dude. And I'll get right back to you. Okay. We have Psycho Mantis who sent a $5 super chat. He says, Aaron looking like Cam Newton today. Thank you very much. Okay. Each week
Well, you noticed it before I did.
I'm trying to, work on my Cam Newton, and he's a true inspiration to me. So, yeah.
You see, before the show, I did not know what Aaron was or what he was trying to cosplay. So
You can't
got
tell.
that
You
before
thought
I
this was
did.
my clothes. You thought I wore a babushka.
I thought that's what you wore all the time. So
You thought I wore a babushka.
it fits you nicely.
I hate you. It fits me nicely. That's just wrong.
It does.
Crazy. We got Addie. I'm so sorry. I wrote a post today asking if you were okay. He sends a $5 super chat to say I don't want to talk about it. Weird. He sent a super chat to tell me he doesn't want to talk about it. Okay. All right. Well, we won't talk about it. Fair enough. But I just want to say that the Pittsburgh Steelers are a very, very good team right
Oh
now.
gosh.
I didn't expect a lot from the Browns, but not because they're bad or anything. It's just because I think Pittsburgh is just clicking right now, and it was in Pittsburgh too, right? So.
Yep. And that's kind of
Unbelievable.
what's always been happening to Cleveland against Pittsburgh. So I guess he should be used to it. I don't know.
Unbelievable. So we got Aaron Rodgers. Hey, Aaron's back. Welcome back, Aaron. He says Aaron Rodgers, Brady put his foot in the Packers' ass. Oh, we got a new guy, devotee of Mama Raku. Whatever the hell that is. He says, I'd like to say maybe it was for the better the Packers lost early in the season. Are you a Packers fan? Okay, cool. They're still a great team, by the way. I don't think today means anything. Listen, what we learned about today about the Packers, okay? So what happens? The Bucs lose to the Bears, and then a week later the Buccaneers destroy the Packers. What this tells us is what I said last week. Football, like tennis, is all about matchups. It does not matter who you are or what people think about you or what your record may be or whatever. It doesn't really matter in this sport. Now there can be like crazy matchups, like a 1-10 team going up against a 10-1 team. Okay, but when you've got first 8 weeks of the season, anybody can beat anybody, right?
Yep.
I think it says more about the Bears. I think the Bears are not who we thought they were. They're not who we thought
No.
they were. They didn't even play preseason. No one played 4 games. The Bears aren't who we thought they were. And that's why they took the damn field. So if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are not who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
They're better than we thought they were.
That's right, baby. I was there in person when that speech was given.
Oh my God, we got a ton of people in here tonight.
All right.
Let's get one more for 69. Nice.
Pulled it off. Congrats to Aaron Rodgers, by the way. If you're just getting in, we actually have a subscriber here whose name actually is Aaron Rodgers. But get this, he's a Bears fan. Crazy. Congrats, dude. Your Bears look great. Very happy for you. But listen, man. The Patriots, real quick. We just go over this because I want to keep the good vibes going right now. The Patriots have had a screwed up last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't give a crap if you were going to say, "Oh, Aaron, admit it, your Patriots are sucking." Yeah, screw you. Okay. This China virus protocol has been completely idiotic. It's just been running. I mean, no
The
practices.
NFL has changed it every day, pretty much.
This game has been
So
rescheduled how many times? And then before that, Cam hasn't played in how long? I
he
mean,
hasn't practiced in 3 weeks,
yeah,
and
dude.
the team didn't practice pretty much the entire week, except for through
Denver,
Zoom. And I mean, that's impossible.
yeah, and Denver didn't even score a touchdown. Okay, that means the defense is just fine. It's just the offense just couldn't get anything going,
And they still had a chance to do it.
and it looked like, yeah, exactly. And by the way, Cam did score. Um,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, that took way too long for them to decide that. Why didn't they make that decision really quickly? Because it was obvious touchdown.
yeah, me and the red coat, we were watching the game at the same time. We were on Skype, and um, we were both like, "Why is this taking so long? It's obvious he scored.
Yeah.
He stuck his hand out. He wasn't even close." Um, but I do want to give Cam a shout out. I mean, a bigger shout out than me dressing like him. But he jumped on a fumble. He jumped
Yep.
on a fumble. Cam
He's seen
Newton fumbled the ball. He jumped on it.
he's seen all your memes. He's seen all the stuff about him not jumping on the football, and he did
Dude,
it.
dude, the moment that he was going for the pass, it gets stripped out, and he looks and he's like, "Oh, fuck no!" And he dove on that shit. I mean, he just like, right, and he got it. So, if you guys can't remember, okay, you can't remember. I always said there's one thing that Cam has to do. Remember this, Shaq? I said there's one thing
Yep.
that Cam has to do. It's not win a game, but to get my, to get me following him completely, it's he's got to fumble the ball and jump on that shit. Okay? He did it.
Yeah.
He did it. Now I know where his head's at. Where his head's at. And the way they lost at the very end, he threw a terrible pass, an absolute
Mhm.
atrocious pass to a wide open N'Keal Harry, I believe it was. Was it N'Keal Harry that
The
on that
last one,
last
I think
down?
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he missed him wide open. That's fine. Okay, whatever. No problem. I wanted to see how he handled the post game. I wanted to see what he would do in the post game, and he was great. He was much nicer than Belichick, although that's not saying much. But Cam was
Mhm.
different. Did you watch Cam's post game?
I didn't watch the whole thing,
Didn't he seem
but
different to you?
I did see quotes. Yeah, it sounded like he was
Does that seem like the Cam Newton from the
he's bought
Carolina
in.
Panthers? That's not the Panthers Cam Newton. He's bought in. He bought in. He's bought in. He lost a game where he probably he's fine. Okay, so we have a $5 super chat from See It Twice. He says Blaine Gabbert was 0 for 1 for Tampa Bay and still had a higher passer rating than Aaron Rodgers. Oh, yeah.
Hey, have you ever seen anyone who get benched as hard as Aaron Rodgers did? That's a
Get benched?
bad man.
Get benched?
Yeah. Didn't he get benched?
Uh, Not really. I mean, the game was out of. It was
I
over,
know.
right?
I'm
Yeah.
being sarcastic,
Oh,
but
okay. I'm sorry. Sorry.
he
Because
ruined the whole thing.
I saw some other people who said, "Sorry, I'm so sorry." I saw some other people who were serious and thought he got benched. So, um,
No. I mean, I'm just saying, like, but he's a bad man. The way he
he's
got
a
benched.
bad man. Oh yeah, absolutely. And sorry, okay, if you're a Packers fan, it's just a lighthearted fun because Brady took a freaking crap load of insults this week leading up to this game. So you got to let us have our fun a little bit. You got to let us gloat a little bit, even though it wasn't Aaron who said anything. It was his dumbass teammate. What was that guy's name? Jamal Williams or something? Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's the one
running
that
back.
said, my quarterback knows what fourth down is. Well, okay. Well, like See It Twice had mentioned, no. How many unanswered touchdowns did the Bucs have today on the Packers? 4. That's what
Yeah,
Tom Brady was trying to tell him.
so many people could be a lot more cruel. We're being a lot more cruel saying some things about what Aaron Rodgers doesn't know. But yeah, no
John
reason
Thomas
to move
Chavez,
your mouth like that.
$2 super chat. He says Brady to Gronk and the winged hussars arrived.
Gronk looked like he was back in 2017 or something. He looked, well, 16, but he looked. He's not fast, but man, he was catching a lot, and I guess it helped because Nightwalker made a good point in our chat that Mike Evans didn't really get a lot of play tonight. It seemed like they was getting a lot of coverage on him. So I guess Gronk was open and he was able to get some catches.
Yeah.
What Nived Naga? Absolutely, and that's fine. But let me tell you something, guys. Going into tonight's game for Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay is the most penalized team in the NFL. Now, they did not commit one penalty tonight, not one. It's the first time that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have gone through a whole game without a penalty since I was 3. Okay? So, it just happens to be the game after Brady went completely crazy on his offense and said, "What are you doing? You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're fired." And, just going crazy. And then all of a sudden there's no penalties. Do you think that's a coincidence? I want you, and that's not rhetorical, I want you to answer that question for me. Do you think it's a coincidence? No penalties for the most penalized team is a week after Brady went nuts with Psycho Tom on his own team.
But Aaron, he's not nice to them. Why is he yelling at them?
Oh, I know. Let's see. Shannon Sharp went after him, said some bullshit. Max went after him. Everyone was saying, "Oh, he needs to be yelling at his team and all this other crap." Well, apparently it worked. It's idiot.
Right? You think him yelling at them on the field is bad? Like, what do you think he told them this whole week during practices, in the film room, like in all these different places, in their offices? What do you think he's been saying to these guys? It's like, do these guys have? I guess it's been so long since these old guys on television, they've been in a locker room, so I guess things were different back then when they played, but he's in there now. But I guess Brady's still, in his terms, he's old, but but he's when you can still command that type of respect from guys who are 20 years older than you are, 20 years younger than you are,
yeah,
then what's the problem?
Dude, he had to win this game. Remember what we said last week? That Bears game was supposed to be, well, now we know that the Bears actually are legit. But at the time, we thought that was a game you have to win, right? So this Packers game was a must win. I hate using that term. I know it's cliche and all that crap, but it was a must win. And he got it done. They got it done. I mean, I'll admit I don't know everything about Tampa Bay, the way I know everything about the Patriots, but I do know enough that Tom and Gronk is there, and Gronk, okay? What a game. The moment O.J. Howard goes down, look what happened. Okay? So, and O.J., is he out for season? Is it done? Is it a done deal, or is it IR
so.
coming back? Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to all of our new viewers today. If you're first time being here, please subscribe. We've got a lot of cool shit coming out, a lot of cool stuff that you're going to love, we promise. And not just for Patriots, not just for Tom Brady and Buccaneers, but for all of your teams. Got some really cool stuff coming. So be sure to subscribe and click that bell icon, because if you don't click on notifications, you will never hear from me. They won't let you know. I promise they won't. It's driving me crazy. But please make sure to hit the bell icon. and click the like button. I appreciate it so much. We have a $5 super chat from John Thomas Chavez. He said, apparently telling your teammates to play smarter works better than the other number 12 rolling his eyes at his teammates whenever he throws it out of bounds. Yes, I absolutely agree. I think that does make the difference. Makes all the difference. Well said there, John Thomas Chavez. Thank you so much, man, for your super chat. I appreciate it. Psycho Mantis, $5 super chat. He says, I heard that Elway used to cuss out teammates in the locker room. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Elway wasn't even the worst. Dude, you have any idea how hardcore Dan Marino was? Dan Marino was psycho. Okay? Complete psycho. In fact, he was so crazy that just his attitude in general is a lot of the reason why they would lose games. Okay? So it wasn't because of his playing, it was just because his mentality, and everyone's all freaked out on the team. Certain guys can do things like that and get away with it. But in the end, it can cost you. It's not a coincidence, okay, that the most, I guess, best quarterback leaders there are, they had the most Super Bowl rings. You know, you got guys like Montana. Yeah. Montana was known as a great leader for psyching up his guys. He never tore them down. But he'd let them know and he'd be honest with them. But he wasn't a me guy. Montana was never a me guy. Brady's not a me guy. Bradshaw wasn't even a me guy. He didn't get along with the head coach, but Bradshaw certainly was a good teammate. All those guys got 4 rings. Tom, of course, got 6, but they've all got multiple rings. So, Honest, welcome back.
Ta-da!
We have several new people tonight, don't we? Brandon
yeah,
Burkhart, welcome.
This might be the most we've ever had in a live show.
Oh, well, thank you, Patriot.
In a while.
Patriot King, Peyton. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, that pick 6 was on Rodgers. That pick 6 was as bad as the one Tom threw in Week 1 against the Saints. Remember that one? That was bad. Yeah. The one that Aaron threw today, it was as bad. Yeah, absolutely. Now, of course, I absolutely hate tipped interceptions, popped up interceptions. I know Aaron threw a second interception, but like we told you, I'm not going to be a freaking hypocrite. All right, those when balls get popped up in the air, I just don't know if you can blame the quarterback. Now, I didn't see multiple reviews there, but did that ball get to his guy, or did it get bumped? Because I can't remember exactly. But
yeah, speaking of, people are mentioning the Jets. Why is Adam Gase? Why is he still employed? Why?
That's like I said last night. That's one of life's greatest mysteries.
Does he have compromise on Woody Johnson or somebody in the front office? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, he's compromised. Woody Johnson, he's got some crap on him. So, well, listen, I know the Pats lost. I don't care. Cam jumped on that fumble. You know what that tells me? That tells me he's mentally there. Everything is there. He's bought in. He jumped on that shit. He didn't even hesitate. He's like, oh, here we go. Okay? So whatever. A loss. Okay, it's 2-3. All right? Hey. They lost
the game. Year?
They lost the game they should have won. Okay? So.
Yeah. Do you know what year was it when they started 2-3? 2001.
Yeah, exactly. Because he started out 0-2 before Tom came in. Yeah. Stirring Sapien, how about them Steelers? Dude, they're freaking amazing. I said they were going to be good. Honestly, I didn't think they were going to be this good, this fast.
I mean, this guy Claypool. I mean, where do they find these wide receivers? Do they have some type of Jurassic World cloning machine that just makes wide receivers and they're all
Yes.
good all the time,
Yes.
and linebackers.
Yes. I've wondered that myself. How do the Steelers always have great wide receivers and great linebackers? What the hell are they doing? You know, it's insane. It's crazy. So
I just have to address a thing that I'm seeing people saying in the chat about the Pats and about the Titans in regards to the Pats and how they still won. I just want you all to realize the Patriots did not have practice. They did not. And the Titans, they did have practice illegally. That's why they're in trouble right now. And so they were able to get their practices in. They were able to have their guys out there. The Patriots are on their fourth today. They were on their fourth offensive line combination, and Illuminor, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. So there's just been so many ridiculous things that's happened this week alone. So I just want people to have that type of a perspective before you start saying that, because the Patriots did not practice legitimately in 2.5 weeks.
it's a big difference.
It's when you have a team like you do, and Belichick said it as much. He said it. In fact, I'm going to get that exact quote so I can present it to you guys. He says, we need more time together. We need to practice together. We all need to do more, practice more. We need to get our execution levels up a bit higher. How do you expect to do that when you don't practice? When the facility is closed for an entire 2 weeks?
You can't. You can't.
You cannot do that. You can't do it through Zoom. So
Not gonna work.
A team that borders itself on cohesiveness and working plays out and having second half adjustments, which again, they almost did it without those adjustments, but you still need practice. And so this week, I expect a lot better, because hopefully, God willing, they'll have that week and, they'll go to Santa Clara and they'll be all able to do better with the 49ers. But I don't want people to ever, because they know that they can. It's just that the circumstance didn't allow that to happen.
Sure.
And I blame the league for that, because the league should have been a lot more prepared for this.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And also I just want to point out about the Tennessee thing about, we know they got to practice. Why we know that? Because Ian Rappaport got suspended. They're trying to say it was over a Manscaped. No, that's not what happened, guys. Okay, trust me on this. I have a friend who works in the NFL for a particular NFL team. I asked him. He said Ian Rappaport was suspended, in fact, for showing the Titans practicing when he shouldn't have done it, because the NFL knew about it, but they for optics and for media reasons.
Exactly.
They had to teach him a lesson because he screwed up, but they couldn't admit that was why. They couldn't admit that. It would have been a public relations disaster. So they made up some bullshit about Manscaped. Well, even though they know that he's been endorsed by them for how long? So let's just get that straight right now. If this was the Patriots, okay, it's World War III all of a sudden.
Oh my God, no! it's like disband the franchise is what people would be crying, and they cried that during Deflategate. But with this, it'd be hell on earth.
But again, the NFL is about matchups. Okay, Denver comes in, they played their hearts out. They got New England when New England is still kind of in disarray and trying to get back to normalcy. Good for Denver. They're still not making the playoffs. I have nothing against Denver at all. They're just not there yet. They've got a good. I think Drew Lock could be okay.
He's good.
He can get better.
He made some good passes today. Yeah. He's a good guy. He's a good quarterback. But
that's it. That's it. Okay. So the Pats will move on. Oh my God, I hope they beat the San Francisco 49ers next week, or we're screwed. I'm saying, not we screwed. You don't have to. I'm screwed. Do you understand what happens if we lose to the 49ers?
What happens?
I made that bet with Rafael Higoy.
Right.
He offered. Okay, so he told me, guys. So Rafael, the big 49ers fan, which I'm sure he's watching the game right now, because the 49ers just scored on the Rams, by the way. But So the deal is,
Yeah,
the
where's Raphael
Patriots,
tonight?
if the Patriots beat the 49ers, he is going to send a $100 donation. If the 49ers beat the Patriots, I have to wear Jets stuff.
Ugh.
And
Oof.
I really
Makes
don't
me
know
sick
why I
just
made
thinking
that
about
bet.
it.
Why did I do that? But I made that bet before Cam got COVID, I think.
That's true. That's
Yeah, yeah,
true.
yeah. So before all that happened. Well, whatever. So, but anyway, NFL is all about matchups. One game is one game, whatever. The Packers, I still think they're a great team. They just, dude, honestly, I don't even think this is as much about the Packers as it was
Oh no.
the Bucs just had a, a perfect game. This was one of those days where everything just works. Everything just is perfect. Everything is just exactly how you meant it to be, exactly how you planned it. It's exactly what you wanted.
And can you imagine?
That's just
Can
it.
you imagine what
So,
their record would be if they didn't have as many penalties as they did? I mean, if that is a game you play without making any penalties
what
against
are
a
they going to look
pretty
like?
darn good team, what would they look like without with all those penalties they made in the Saints game, for instance?
And honestly, if you're a Packers fan, this loss might actually be a good thing because I'll be honest with you, they might have been getting a bit too cocky. All right. It should have,
Yeah,
if you're a Packers fan, it should make you nervous. The very moment that Jamal Williams said that about Brady, the moment that he put out that headline
that means
that
he was
said, at
feeling
least my
himself.
quarterback knows how many downs there are, and my quarterback's too smart to make that mistake. The moment he said that, you should have thought, oh, crap. Our team is getting cocky. They're getting full of themselves. They think they're better than everybody else. They think they're the number one team. That should worry you. Guess what? Now they've been brought that down to earth and back to the drawing board. And also, one thing I cannot figure out is how, after 20 years of being in the NFL, 20 years, these people don't know. Do not piss off the GOAT. Do not say things about the GOAT before you play him. If anybody knows this lesson, it's the Steelers.
Anthony
Ask
Smith.
them. Ask Anthony Smith. Call up Anthony Smith right now and say, "Hey, man, hey, is it a good idea to talk trash before playing Tom Brady?" Okay. Ask the dude in Tennessee before the playoff game in 2017. Can't remember which guy said it, but it was a cornerback. He had the most picks in the league that year.
Was it Jalen Ramsey?
No, 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 no. It's Titans. Titans.
Oh, right. Yeah, I
Um,
forgot his name.
but he talked junk and look what happened there. So
Yeah,
and
but it
there's a
was Jalen
million.
Ramsey.
There's tons of other guys. No. Jalen Ramsey did talk shit,
Yeah,
but that was for the Jaguars. I'm talking about the week before that when they played the Titans. Remember,
right.
because Ray Lewis gave that big sermon about it, talking about
Yeah. It
clicking,
was
clicking,
Werner.
clicking,
Werner, I think
clicking.
is his name.
Yeah. So it was actually both weeks, which is funny. But why
Bird.
why do you do this? Why? Why do you? Why? Listen, it's not just that Tom is going to take it personally,
Um,
but his teammates will. Okay? We have seen how many times when Tom is with the Pets, the defense plays better. The defense comes out and says, hey, they're talking shit about our quarterback. We're going to take care of business, right? That's exactly what happened tonight. You saw the Indomitian Sue jawing with Aaron Rodgers after every freaking play. Now, I know they got a history. I know that Dom Kongsu, when he was on the Lions, he used to step on Aaron quite a bit.
yeah, and
Uh,
he's still an idiot to me. Like he just
accidentally.
needs to calm down sometimes.
He took a stupid ass penalty today, but thank
Yeah.
God that it was canceled out because Rodgers had done intentional grounding. Um, and if had Rodgers not done the intentional grounding, then you couldn't say that they had no penalties. However, that penalty was kind of stupid. It was kind of weak. Okay, so he pushed down the quarterback. Big deal. But whatever. That's something for a different day, I guess. But yes, thank you, Psycho Mantis. Brady torched Richard Sherman in the Super Bowl after talking so much junk. Don't Do it. Why do you do it? Why? Okay. Come on, guys. It's
Oh,
like
right. Richard Sherman, I think, was the only one that talk crap, but it did work. But then it met in the Super Bowl and it didn't. So you know,
yeah, but no. But Sherman didn't talk crap until after they won.
so after, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So the next time they saw each other wasn't even until the Super Bowl, and we know how that ended. But to
and
Sherman's
even he
credit,
talked crap during the Super Bowl. Remember when he did the two
oh yeah,
four,
yep.
and that backfired on him. Oh my
Seriously?
goodness, you guys! There's almost 100 people in here. This is amazing.
Wow. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Um, Me and Shaq here, we love doing this, so we really appreciate you guys.
And
How
I'm
long do I have
pumped,
to? How
and
long do I
you
have to
wouldn't
wear the
think that
babushka?
we have a lot to talk about, especially since the Patriots lost, but the Bucs won, and I think that, and they won big, so I think that's why we're pretty excited.
Listen, me and the red coat, we were watching the Patriots game, and we were pissed and just depressed. It was just like, okay, and I was like, my God, dude. I said, dude, do you realize if Tom doesn't beat the Buccaneers, if he doesn't win this game, I mean, the whole week is just going to suck. Okay.
Yeah,
But I said, at least if Tom can win, if the Bucs can win, at least it will take some pressure off from the haters. But whatever. But I do like seeing some new people here. Brad Wilden, welcome. Oh, thank you. Beard. It was Beard. Free
oh, okay,
safety. Free
Byard,
safety.
yeah,
I said,
right,
I said cornerback, but safety. But yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. That's absolutely right. He led the league in picks that year, so he was
yeah.
feeling himself. He was feeling good and all that. So yeah, he thought he was great. Soren, welcome. Very cool name. That's definitely European. Um, I think Soren. That is Swedish, isn't it? So David Martin, welcome, my friend. Julius Bayer, nice to see you. Soren Whale says, "Yep, Swedish." Aha. Okay. So Gronk's looking good. I was happy to see that. See him get to do a Gronk spike. I was beginning to wonder if we were ever going to see another Gronk spike. Honestly. So is that true? Is that true, Dennis? Dennis says that Bucks D was telling Rogers to take the take the fuck your I'm quoting. Sorry about the language, but I'm quoting, but he said take off the number 12 jersey, you don't deserve it. Is that true? Did that happen?
That's interesting. Hey, how about some other games? What about the Colts and the Phillip Rivers throwing 3 touchdowns? Is he awakened from his stupor?
Who?
Phillip Rivers and the Colts. Did you hear what I said?
No, I was reading something.
Oh,
What'd you say?
I said it seems like Phillip Rivers is awoken from his stupor.
Yeah,
He
well,
threw three
man,
touchdowns today.
come on, like I said, I've been defending him. I've said that, dude, an experienced quarterback, he's gonna get it going. It's just taking people different times to kind of get acclimated to their new team. For Brady, it's obviously starting to click. Cam, it was clicking until he got the stupid China
COVID.
virus, and now he's got to deal with that crap. But it's fine. Tiffany, Tiffany, I was looking for you last night. So yeah, remember we talked about it a week ago. You asked me if the Falcons are going to fire Dan Quinn. I said if he loses again, he did. He's gone, and now they win. But honestly, does this say more about Falcons or does this say more about the Vikings? The hell?
Looks like, yeah, Vikings. What the heck?
What is with the Minnesota Vikings? I cannot figure them out at all. Oh,
I
okay.
I Go ahead.
Teddy Cox,
'Cause
that Packers will bounce back. I absolutely agree. Like I said, that they hit Tampa Bay on the wrong day.
mhm.
It was just the Buccaneers' day. It's just how it is. It happens sometimes. Guys, what's funny here is that when I was a kid growing up,
Oh, they'll
Tampa
definitely
Bay
bounce back because
Tampa
they'll play
Bay
the
was in the
Texans.
same division as Green Bay. So it was the NFC Central, and you had the NFC North the way you know it now, but Tampa Bay Buccaneers were in that group. Isn't that so weird to think like the Tampa Bay
Yeah.
Buccaneers? Anyway,
But yeah, the
um,
Packers will bounce back because they play the Texans next. So
yeah. But by the way, shout out to the Houston Texans. Romeo Crennel is the new coach, the interim
yeah,
head coach. I didn't even
yeah.
realize that they gave it to Romeo until today. Um, T-Fall 87, welcome. Nice to see you here, man. Never seen you here before. He says, which is why Brady was so pissed off last season trying to get on the same page with him because Brady knew he wasn't right for our system.
Who's
Listen,
he? Oh,
I think he's referring to Harry, probably. I'm assuming either
no,
Harry
I don't think
or,
so.
yeah, I think he's referring to Harry. Okay, but here's one thing I want to say. All of last year, all we heard from people who hate the Patriots and hate Brady, what were they saying? We said Tom needs weapons. Tom needs weapons. He needs some people. He needs some guys, right? He's out there by himself. Okay. Everyone said, oh, but he doesn't need that. He's got plenty. He's got this. He's got that. Remember? This season, now they're saying that Cam needs weapons. Wait a minute. Where was that excuse for Tom? What the hell? It's true. It's true for Cam. He does need weapons. I agree. It's true right now,
He
like it
also
was last year.
and he also needs a healthy offensive line and defensive line. But
Well, well, if we're doing that, can we also call up Dante Scarnecchia and say, "Hey, dude, I will give you $10 million to come out of retirement"?
well, I mean they've done well without him the past 3 weeks. So I mean he's probably chilling in Nantucket somewhere.
Yeah, but you remember 2015? They were doing pretty damn good too until they ran into the Denver Broncos.
Well, because they had that idiot, what's his name, Dave the Guglielmo.
Okay, now I'm just going to say something here, okay, guys? I know you guys are pissing on N'Keal Harry. Shaq here is a big fan of N'Keal Harry. He's a big defender of N'Keal Harry. But can we
Yes, I
all just
am.
point? Can we all just point to the obvious? How shitty is Sony Michelle? Okay, I'm
Yes.
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're not gonna get any argument this time.
Really?
No, you're not.
Yes.
Because the way I saw Damian Harris today, it seems like they haven't missed a beat. I think Damian Harris is their guy now. I'm sorry I have to say that, but it's true.
But wait, why is Damian able to do it?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, maybe
he's better.
Maybe Sony's not seeing the field. Maybe he's not seeing what he's supposed to be seeing. Or maybe you cannot get positive yardage when you trip on a blade of grass 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And then you belly flop for 2 yards. Okay?
Yeah.
I guarantee you he's got more yards
And
belly flopping than he does running this year. At least positive yardage.
And look, everybody's saying you should have took Nick Chubb. Well, Nick Chubb's not doing anything for his team either because he's out for the season. So it seems, I guess, both Georgian running backs are just injury prone.
Yes, but would Nick Chubb be out for the season in New England? That's the question.
Probably.
Okay, Mr. A is saying a trade just went down between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Jets. Really?
What?
What? Tell me.
Is that true?
Curbstar, welcome. Nice to see you here. He said Sony has been exposed since we lost Devlin and Gronk's blocking. You're absolutely right, man. We talked about that. I think at the beginning of the season, we were talking about how that just made all the difference with Devlin and Gronk back then.
Oh, Danny says 4 to 6 weeks. Well,
it just changed everything.
Still,
so.
That's more than half the season.
Honest Lascani, yeah, I agree. I would take Chubb still. if go back in time or whatever. But okay, I was the biggest fan of N'Keal Harry when we got him, and I was very disappointed that um, he didn't get to start the season because he got injured, and honestly, that just seemed to just change everything. It seemed to really wreck everything, and
Oh, okay.
it's been a
I see
process
what
ever
Mr.
since.
Ray is saying. Bucks agreed to terms on a trade with Jets for nose tackle Steve McClendon. I,
Interesting.
I think that's a good pickup because he was one of the Jets captains, and I'm sure he's probably thrilled to be traded away from that dumpster fire that is the Jets.
Timothy Kirsten, he says, "Welcome, Timothy. Nice to see a new face here." He says, "How much for an autograph?" I don't know. How much do you think an autograph is worth? Now, I'm Cam Newton's long lost cousin. So
You're his brother from another sister or mother. I don't know.
how does that work?
I don't know. They're sperm banks,
What?
I don't know. I'm hungry.
You're hungry. Okay. Tampa Bay. Yeah,
Oh,
dude, what's going
Timothy
on in Tampa Bay right now?
Timothy that's a great point. Right, the
Mm-hmm.
Rays are in the World Series. The Lightning won the Stanley Cup. The Bucks are 3-3. I mean, they're gonna get back to their winning way.
Four and
Wow,
two.
4-2. Tampa Bay. Well, you as soon as see what this is exactly what we were talking about. As soon as Brady left New England, everything went to shit for them. And now Tampa Bay, everything's sunshine and roses and lollipops.
Dude, when Tom left, we didn't even care about the coronavirus. Like it didn't even matter.
We didn't even know what it was.
Didn't even air. It's like, whoa, what the hell? I remember in January, I think the president said no traffic to China, and I was like, what the hell is he talking about? Why can't no one go to China? And 2 months later, Tom Brady says, I'm leaving. And then, oh, by the way, there's a pandemic and it's running across the world. And by the way, everything is going to shit. Dude, I mean, can Tom Brady really have that kind of power? It's,
Mm.
it's worth, you know, it's scary. Anyway, we are.
Oh my
Let,
gosh! Wow.
let me tell you something. You guys really believe that Bill Belichick would trade Julian Edelman to Tampa Bay? Do you really believe that he would do that?
And by the way, Edelman wasn't at any press conference today, and he usually is. So I believe that he's hurt. I believe that something's happening because that's never the case. So he's not going to be traded now if that's the case, if he's hurt. So
How do you know? Maybe you would. Maybe you will.
I, he wouldn't be very useful for Tampa Bay if he was.
We have a $5 super chat from Psycho Mantis. Nice, man. Thank you. He says, worst day in Boston history. St. Patrick's Day was canceled. All the all the Dunkin' Donuts were closed, and Tom Brady was gone. I remember that. I remember it was like a huge depression fell
Dunkin'
over
Donuts.
Boston, and
No, when Dunkin' Donuts closes, that is like that's a national emergency in Boston.
let me tell you something, man. Ever since I've been over here in Eastern Europe and stuck here, thank you, coronavirus. Um, I miss donuts. I miss just regular
You,
donuts.
you don't have any donuts
They have
in
weird
Bulgaria?
thing, we no, oh, no, no, just no, no. Okay, let me tell you something. They don't even have birthday cake here. My birthday, remember, was last month, and
Yeah.
The birth, you know how we in America we have these cheap birthday cakes. It's all icing and sugar, right? It's like pure sugar. It's like, you know, it's so good. It's so awful for you, but it's so good, right? The cakes here are like real cakes. Like someone put work and effort into it, and it tastes funny. It's like healthy and good for you, but it's just not.
Oh, those aren't good cakes.
No, no. I want that stuff to make it feel like my teeth are gonna rot out of my skull. I want
Hmm.
so much sugar in that shit that I could feel myself getting diabetes just with every bite. Okay? Give me that stuff. And they don't. They don't. It's like everything's healthy here. And it sucks, man. Anyway, and I miss Gushers, the candy Gushers. Anyway,
Oh
Mario
yeah.
Yoshi, welcome. He says, Vaughn, what is going to take us to win? What is it going to take us to win a game? Win a game is my answer. What's it going to take? Being able to practice for a freaking week.
I mean, that's a
That's it.
start.
That's it. That's no. That's all I got to say. That's it. It's that simple. It's that simple. Practice
Yeah.
without any stupid. Not the. I'm not calling the players stupid. I'm talking about incidents. Just. It's not their fault, but just stupid crap. That. It's annoying. But you need practices, consistency, no worrying about some dude if he's positive or whatever, and then you got to tell everyone to go home. Then you
Hmm.
got to have meetings
Yep.
and Skype, and it's no, no, no,
Yep.
no, no, no. So that's right now. Right now, that is the only adjustment you need. There is nothing wrong with the team
No.
in a way that is like completely awful. Okay, it's just consistency. That's it. Remember, even with all of this stuff that the Patriots have dealt with, Kansas City did not get a good win over us. It wasn't like they just, you know, dominated us or something.
Because they played Brian Hoyer for
If
for
Cam had been
sixty
playing
percent
that
of the
game,
game.
I believe that we win that game, first of all. Okay. Now, it's been 2 weeks since we played, and then we get to play Denver, but still, it's still with all the interruptions and everything. Let's have a solid week of practice and meetings,
Hmm.
and everyone is back and everyone who should be back. I'm saying barring any kind of coronavirus thing, get out
Or
there and play
injury.
a full game, a regular game, and
Or
we'll see
injury,
what happens.
because when you don't have practice, you're more likely to get injured. So that's what you saw in today's game. A lot of players went down. Adam Butler, Jermaine Illuminor. You had a few players go down, and especially on both sides of the trenches. So if you can get those guys healthy, then you'll be okay. Because again, what's the use of bringing in? I mean, I've been seeing rumors about Zach Ertz. I wouldn't mind that, but I mean, you have guys like Devin Asiasi who haven't really gotten a shot. He's been kind of redshirted.
Mhm.
You can have him there. You know, he's been with the team. Zach Ertz is just this guy who's sitting around.
Yep. Oh my God, look who's here. Paul Garant. Do you remember
Oh
Paul?
wow,
Check.
yeah, I remember Paul.
He was the first. He was the first Pats fan I had ran into that night when we had that get together at the hotel in Boston.
Yeah,
And very very nice guy. Paul, we still got to figure out a way to get that bar the Patriots bar sign that you told me about. We got to get that to my apartment in LA somehow. So Trav with the $5 super chat. He says,
oh,
still can't believe we passed on AJ Brown and Metcalf for N'Keal Harry. Every game is just more proof. Again, guys, this is where I say
it's
a lot. The Bill Belichick, the GM, sometimes just completely screws over Bill Belichick, the head coach. I'm sorry,
I
but he's
disagree.
just not
I
good
disagree.
at wide receivers. He is not good at wide
Okay,
receivers. He is not
wide
good.
receivers, I'll give you that.
Okay.
But as far as N'Keal Harry is concerned, this is his 13th game, I believe. So he still
There we
hasn't played a
go.
full season of NFL games. He hasn't. And so if people are still dumping on him after, he still has yet to play a full season of NFL games. So, and again, when you consider everything that's happened with this team, He could have won 2 of the games for the Patriots. 2 touchdowns could be his that should have been, especially the game against the Chiefs last year and this year. So, if not for stupid refs, the Patriots have home field last year because they win that Chiefs game. And then this year, they win that Chiefs game as well because of N'Keal Harry. That's all I'll say.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. You seem to be very, very serious about this. Would you trade right now? Would you trade N'Keal Harry for A.J. Brown?
No. What's the point? Why would I do that? It would be the same result.
Would you trade him for Metcalf?
No, because they're the same guy. DK Metcalf is working with a healthier bunch of people, and they don't really have a lot of other than Tyler Lockett. So Russell Wilson's able to work with him a lot more, and I don't think he's missed a game.
Okay, Metcalf does have Russell Wilson throwing to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what about A.J. Brown? He's playing with Ryan Tannehill. Okay, now listen, I'm not saying that Ryan Tannehill is bad. Okay, I'm not. He's pretty good. Not bad, right? He needed to change. That's clear. But you seriously wouldn't trade A.J. Brown for N'Keal Harry right now?
No. Because hasn't A.J. Brown had a full season too? Until I see N'Keal Harry play a full season's worth of games, so that's 4 more games. That would be 17. Then I'll say, okay, yes. But everybody's throwing him with the bathwater because of everything that's gone on wrong with him. And if certain things happen certain ways, then things are different.
All right. Fair enough, man. Hey, fair enough.
And I just don't like it, especially when, it seems like people like to dump on these guys because of where they're picked instead of what they do and what they've been given. And
I hear you there.
And if you see his interviews, he's as humble as can be. And he was asked a stupid question by that freaking idiot Greg Bedard asking him,
I hate that dipshit.
Yeah. And what's going wrong for you? What's going wrong? Are you kidding me? How is he supposed to answer that question? You're trying to bait him? I can't. I just can't. I hate the Boston sports media. I hate them.
I agree with there. Also, I've always felt that he was Patriot material as far as his personality and things like that. So I agree with you there. Yeah. See it twice says, I'm seeing Brown and Metcalf make immediate impact with their teams. He says, I'm seeing no impact from Harry. It's so weird, though. Like Shaq's saying, guys, think about it. Last year, if that call is called correctly, and then we beat the Chiefs, we're talking about a different guy right now. We're talking about a Patriots team that now gets the bye, and it just may change the dynamic of everything in that case. Because the schedule's now different day, different team, different opponents.
Maybe Brady's still there.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and it's clear Brady still likes Harry, even as he was leaving to go to the Bucs, and he still comments under his Instagram posts, maybe meaningless, but Brady still thinks the world of him. So if he does, then I still do.
I think. I see. I like N'Keal Harry. I'm just saying though that for whatever reasons, it's just not where I was hoping he would be. When we drafted him, I was freaking pumped. Remember that? I even made a video with the Metroid music and shit. I said, Brady gets N'Keal Harry, a big, tall receiver. I was like, finally, we're gonna get something here. So I was excited. So
All I'm saying is give him a couple more games before you just throw him away with the bathwater. Just a couple more games, and then it's all bets are off.
yeah, yeah. No, no, Daniel, I get your point. I'm just saying, it's just funny how a guy's career can be decided, but in a whole different outcome because of one situation or two, or just things like if he doesn't get injured in the preseason, and he might have been a different player. You guys remember I was saying that he could be offensive rookie of the year. I thought he had that kind of potential.
And during the
So
preseason, him and Stidham, like they were like this.
yeah,
Especially that Lions game in the preseason sticks out to me like a sore thumb because they were just connecting over and over again. I was like, this is gonna be it. This is good. And but then obviously Brady was still there, so we wouldn't have known about that. But
yeah. Well, I think we can all agree that nobody sucks as bad as Mohamed Sloanu, right?
absolutely.
I
Oh,
mean,
and did you see the crap that he was talking to? I'm like
what
about
now? What?
uh I think it was what 2-3 weeks ago about people not signing him or something like that. Or about, he was saying something about the Patriots.
Because he sucks, dude. I mean, you were born to a family where your name is Mohammed Sloanu. If you've got the last name, if your surname is Sloanu, you're going to suck. Okay, that's just how it works. No, 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 Dennis. No, Philip Dorsett is way better than Mohamed Sloanu.
Yes.
Dorsett gave us some great games. Dorsett came through in some big moments for us. And don't forget his touchdown pass against the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. Remember that? Right
Right.
before half in the second quarter. So Philip did come through quite a bit. He had his moments. He was certainly better than way better than Mohamed Sloan. And think about this though. It's also about value. It's what you give up to get somebody. What do they cost you? Mohamed Sloan costed us a second round pick. A second rounder. Okay? What did we give up for Philip Dorsett? We traded him Jacoby Brissett. Okay? I think that's a fair deal. That's a
Yeah.
pretty good deal. Okay? For what we got out of Dorsett, I think that was a good deal, a good value. Oh yeah, Jared, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yes, Malcolm. That Malcolm Mitchell,
yeah,
the pick alone is worth it for what he did in that Super Bowl, in Super Bowl 51. The pick is worth it for me. It's unfortunate the way he got injured, but I'm glad of what he's doing now in the community as far as teaching kids how to read and giving them books and going to schools. He was meant to do that more than he was to play football. But for what he did in that short amount of time in the Super Bowl and throughout his year, I think the pick was worth it.
yeah. Malcolm Mitchell, I thought big things for him, and the way he handled himself in Super Bowl 51. Okay, I mean that was that Super Bowl with the way they were down so much and then coming back and it looked like they were coming back. The kind of pressure that was on every single player in that game. I don't care who you were. I don't care who you were. The pressure of that Super Bowl was just immensely more than anyone. I think, to be honest with you, because the way it was just unfolding, and he handled it so well. He handled it so well, like a
Mm-hmm.
total professional. And he don't you remember he looked like a guy who had been playing with Tom for years and years and years. So, and yeah, I hated it when he had to retire. I wrote to him on Twitter. Real nice guy. So, oh, Dante Hightower. Oh, absolutely. Dante Hightower is my favorite. Uh, Patriot.
We need Jared to come on here and talk about him.
But Jared, nobody loves Dante Hightower more than Jared and Redcoat. Redcoat loves
Yeah.
Dante Hightower. Now, Dante Hightower is not my favorite defensive player in the league. I'd say Von Miller is my favorite defensive player in the league, but Hightower is definitely my favorite Patriot. So. Deion Branch was pretty good for Brady in the early days, and I like Deion Branch, okay, but there's a few things I don't like about Deion Branch. The first thing was leaving the team because he thought he was
Yeah.
he was Super Bowl
He was big
MVP.
and bad, and then he went to
Honestly,
Seattle.
that Super Bowl MVP could have easily gone to Brady. All right,
Yeah.
so pump the brakes there on that.
And if not, it would have went to T.O.
And if the Eagles had won, exactly. Okay, George Kittle just wait. Is that Kittle? Who is that? Oh, Jimmy's back. Nice, nice.
Oh, I should be watching this game. I don't know why I'm not.
With Deion Branch though, okay, so he thought he was all that all of a sudden, and then he had to be traded because he wasn't worth that kind of money he was asking for. So he had to be traded to Seattle. He was garbage there, of course.
Oh wow, they're wearing the Steve Young uniforms.
Yeah, I noticed that.
That's what I recognize them as.
And you guys know what the saddest thing is? If Deion Branch was there in 2006, I seriously believe that they beat the Colts in that AFC Championship game. They hold that lead, and they go to the Super Bowl against the Chicago Bears. But this is what's so interesting about history: how one thing triggers the next thing. If Deion Branch doesn't, if Deion Branch does stay in New England, they do beat the Colts. They do go to the Super Bowl in 2006. Then Bill
and they don't
doesn't
get
have
Moss.
and Bill doesn't have that meltdown where he says, "Okay, Tom's throwing to nobody. We got to get this fixed." He doesn't go after probably Stallworth. He might still go after Welker, but he won't go after Moss probably. Okay, so but then
what about Kyle Brady?
Kyle, what the what?
Kyle Brady. He was the key signing in 2007.
Yeah, it's just you could go all day with all these kind of what ifs, but yeah, for me when a wide receiver, actually when any player wins the MVP for the Super Bowl MVP, but when a wide receiver wins it, he better have done something so extraordinary. And I don't think having 9, 10 catches and whatever, I don't think that is that extraordinary. I think you've got to have a game like the type of game Jerry Rice had when he was Super Bowl MVP. You've got to have a crazy game. Otherwise, it needs to go to the quarterback, or if it goes to a defensive player, it's got to be a guy who just wrecks everybody, like Von Miller. Okay, it's got to be very obvious. I've just never been a big fan of that. So, like I don't like that Julian Edelman got the MVP. Oh, okay, I shouldn't say that. I'm fine that Julian Edelman got the MVP in Super Bowl 53. That was clearly Stephon Gilmore. I mean, come on, that was Stephon Gilmore. All right, I know that Edelman had a lot
10
of
catches
and a lot of yards, but they didn't even equal touchdowns. They never
Yeah.
converted. They never converted for anything. Certainly ain't giving it to Brady. Not giving it to Gronk because up until he had that one play, he wasn't doing diddly shit. Okay. It had to be someone on the defense. Okay. The defense was the MVP that day, but you can't give it to the whole team. You can't give it to the whole team, or the whole defense. So give it to Gilmore, and that's just how I feel about it. But I think a wide receiver's got to do some crazy stuff in order to get it. So, but why can't you give it to the whole defense? Like that would be amazing. And the Super Bowl MVP goes to the entire defense of the New England Patriots. That'd be awesome.
I mean, but guys like Malcolm Smith and the other guy from the Tampa Bay won MVP when they won their Super Bowls.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm
They
sure
had
you
to
probably
pick a
could have
guy.
given. Yeah, they just had to pick somebody.
Hmm. Yeah, they just had to pick some. Can you believe that Malcolm Smith? He's like, is he even playing anymore, or is he a backup somewhere? I don't know. But well, he had a hell of a game though, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Oh yeah, yeah. Edelman's clutch. Oh hell yeah. No, no, no. That's not. That wasn't a dig at Edelman. It was just. I'm just trying to say that to be a wide receiver and get the NFL or the Super Bowl MVP, you better have some touchdowns and something. So
Wait, Addy says that Malcolm Smith is on the Browns.
is he really?
Wow, I didn't know he was still in the NFL.
Is he like third string or what?
Is he
Because
a
there's no way
coach?
that dude's starting. Oh, I know. Some random Patriots fan says Amendola's 2017 postseason and Edelman's 2018 postseason are among the best in recent history for wide receiver. Absolutely. And Amendola's 2017 postseason will be overlooked because we didn't win. And I get it. It's kind of
That
like
AFC
Brady's.
Championship.
It's like Brady's stat line in Super Bowl 52. Yeah, it's great. But which one do you think Tom Brady would rather have? 505 yards and the record and all that? What do you have? 4 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns or something? A
Are
flawless
we are
stat
we go- are
line
we gonna get into this again?
or a Super Bowl ring? So no, but I'm just saying though that Amendola it's going to get overlooked because of that, and that sucks. You know what
Oh
I mean?
well, yeah.
So
Danny says what a lot of haters like to say, that Vinatieri should have been Super Bowl MVP. He's being sarcastic, but I do hear that from a lot of Patriot haters. Like, oh, if it wasn't for Vinatieri, they wouldn't have won the Super Bowls.
okay, Soren asked what the predictions for the Chiefs. Um, does Mahomes lose tomorrow night?
Chiefs
Well,
and Bills.
I'm going for Buffalo, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I'm going for Buffalo. I know they're a division rival, but
Yeah, we have to root for the Chiefs.
I think
But
I think that Buffalo will implode somewhere down the line. I think they're going to go full Buffalo. Okay. However, the Chiefs, you need to knock them when you can and chip away at that armor because they are not getting scores. They're not getting touchdowns as easily as they used to. Teams
mhm,
are starting to figure it out. They're starting
they're
to get
figuring
it.
them out.
Now, one thing about Patrick Mahomes, and I know everyone is sucking his balls, and I know everyone is just like, "Oh my God, Patrick Mahomes! Oh my God, just give it to me, baby," and all that crap. All right. Now, well, right? Okay.
That's a Rick James song.
However, I don't think he is that great at reading defenses. Okay. And not because he can't. That's not what I'm saying. I think he is very much like Jared Goff with Sean McVay. I think Mahomes is listening to Andy Reid and his offensive coordinator, and he's reliant on that. Now, the reason it worked before is because a lot of and shout out to the red coat who made this point to earlier today. A lot of their touchdowns, a lot of their big plays is off of broken down plays. A lot of random shit happening after the snap. But the moment that defenses start kind of anticipating these kind of situations, and you could put guys in certain areas and place different types of zone coverage where you can anticipate that kind of crap. If you can do that, now Patrick has to start to figure out what he's going to do in pre-snap. He is not as gifted as people seem to think, to the extent that they think. I don't think he is as just overall better quarterback than Russell Wilson. I don't think he's a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. Okay? But he's got the guys, he's got the weapons, these guys that can get wide open. And it's not a knock on him. Just trying to say that he's got to change his game a little bit. He's got to start knowing what to do without big guy in his ear all the time. Buffalo Bills is the exact type of team with the right type of defense that could really, really, really make it a long day for these guys. But most importantly, I think they're arrogant. I think they are overly confident. I think they think that they're amazing. I think they believe that they are going to win the next 3 Super Bowls. I seriously believe that they believe that. And I would love to see them get bitch slapped on Monday night by Buffalo. So, yes, I am rooting for Buffalo. I'm not. I don't care. This game, yes. So, what about you?
I don't know. I think Buffalo has a good shot too. I mean, because it's in Buffalo, and they're really feeling themselves. Josh Allen still has the tendency to throw like a crazy pass, but it seems like he's kind of slowed down on those a little bit, and now he's running more, and he's got some good guys to complement him. David Singletary, and the wide receivers that he has are very complimentary to him too. I think they have a really good shot. I I'm not. I don't know. I still think the Chiefs, if they get to because they're kind of front runners. If they kind of get to like a 14-point lead, I think they'll probably want to expand on that. But if the Bills, if they do what they've done the last 4 games, well, except for the Titans game, I think they have a good shot.
So, who are you going for?
Buffalo.
Nice. Oh, again, I just want to be clear. Mahomes is a great quarterback. Okay, he's one of the best in the league, but there are certain things that he needs to do to make sure he remains the best in the league. And one of those things is you got to take off the training wheels. Andy Reid is still in his ear. Okay, if Andy Reid, okay, let me tell you something about Andy Reid. He is one Big Mac, one double size extra cheese Whopper away from cardiac arrest. Okay? And once that happens, guess what? Patrick Mahomes is going to need to start figuring out what the hell to do. And when he does that, my God, he will be just a complete player. He'll just be even better. So, but you got to do that. But normally quarterbacks are forced to do that later on in their career because as you physically decline, you've got to make up for it in the mental area. When you're young, you can rely on your naturally gifted talent. You can get away with it, but defenses adjust fast in the NFL. Man, they just adjust so quickly. It's just not going to be so easy all the time. We have a $5 super chat from Psycho Mantis. He says, "Is Mahomes as good if he has Bill Belichick as his coach?"
I think so. He has the talent. He has the talent to be good.
That's a good question. Okay, so the thing about Patrick Mahomes, and I think what Psycho Mantis may be alluding to, I'm not sure, but I think, is that Belichick is a defensive coach. And Brady's had what, 3 offensive coordinators in New England?
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah. Charlie Weiss, Bill O'Brien,
Charlie, Bill, and Josh, right?
Josh.
So, okay. But not one of those guys has ever gone on to been some kind of great head coach or something like that, or been ever really credited as one of the greatest ever and all that junk, right? But Mahomes came into a situation with Andy Reid, who we know he made Donovan McNabb a good quarterback. He made Michael Vick the best Michael Vick we had ever seen.
Alex Smith was good with that team.
He made
with
Alex
that same
Smith
team.
look great. He he turned Kevin Kolb into fool's gold at one time. I believe he even made Nick Foles look pretty damn good. Nick Foles had that one season where he had only 2 interceptions that year. So everyone was saying, "Oh, this Nick Foles guy's pretty good." Of course, then he went into obscurity for a few years. Andy Reid is a great offensive coach. He's like Sean Payton. He's just one of those coaches that are really awesome. So I think what Psycho's trying to say is if Mahomes is in New England where the offense is different, you're going to have to rely on your intelligence. You're going to have to rely on things like that, where it's not about the guys who have got 4.2, 4.1 speed, wherever the hell it is, superhuman speed and always wide open. You're going to have to make things work before the ball is ever snapped. You're a different player all of a sudden. I think that's a great question, and I think the answer is no. I do not think that we think of Patrick Mahomes the way we do now if he's in New England. Would he be a good player? Oh, absolutely. He'll be a good player. But would he be what we know him now? No. He would not have thrown 50 touchdowns. He would not have had MVP and all that other stuff. So
he definitely wouldn't be able to do all those freaky, no look passes and passes behind the shoulder, behind the back, all those crazy circus passes if he was with the Patriots, because
oh, dude, the moment he threw that no look pass and over Kelsey's head, and then Kelsey looks back at him and goes,
yeah,
what was that? Dude, Belichick would have just boom. Who'd have walked out there?
Slow motion.
All right. He said, what the hell was that? Dude, something like that gets you benched by a guy like Belichick. Okay, that gets you benched doing crap like that. Jalen, what the hell, man? I thought Alex Smith was starting for the DC Criminals. Correct me if I'm wrong. Am I wrong?
Did he start? No, it was Kyle Allen.
I thought, no, I know it's Kyle Allen. I'm saying I thought that Alex Smith was supposed to be the starter.
Oh.
For some reason, I thought that, but whatever. He didn't get to. And the Giants won? Freaking, come on. Really? Anyway, he says, is Brady better stat-wise if Andy Reid is his coach for his first 20 years? Oh, hell yes. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, yes. Absolutely. But then there's those other arguments, like, is Tom still in the league?
Yeah.
With Andy Reid as his head coach. So who knows?
How long? Wait, has Andy Reid been rare for 20 years?
Yeah, he became the Eagles head coach in 2000. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Time flies.
I know.
But maybe he would have been better stat-wise, but I think he would still have had around this, because you have to remember, offenses weren't really, explosive like that until, I would say, 2007.
Donovan McNabb was getting his numbers too.
Yeah.
Andy Reid was always about.
Yeah.
Think about it. Andy Reid took the Eagles back then. During our dynasty, our first dynasty, Andy Reid had his Eagles went to 5 NFC Championship games straight.
Yeah.
5 straight. Okay. You
Yeah,
put Tom Brady on. You put Tom Brady on that team. You give him To. Okay, a prime To. You give him
yeah.
a pretty damn good Eagles defense. That defense was pretty damn good. And hey, Tom might get a ring or two out of that. So
Yeah, but does he have the stats? Because in 2000, I think it was 2003,
yeah.
2004, he led the league. Brady led the league in touchdowns with 23. So what I'm saying is offenses were totally different in that era. So I'm not sure if he would have still been able to do all of that kind of craziness.
Oh well, it wouldn't
I'm
have
not saying he
mattered.
wouldn't have.
It wouldn't have mattered about the cumulative amount. He would have led the league in yards
Oh, well,
and
yeah.
and all that. He would have been like Peyton, basically, is what I'm saying.
Right.
But yeah, so sure. But yeah,
Right.
that's actually something people forget is that 02 he led the league in
In
touchdowns, and if
touchdowns.
people
In
just gloss
28.
over that, they just gloss over that. Okay,
Yep.
um, nobody wants to give him any credit. By the way, can I just say something that has nothing to do with football? But these people in the NFL, the owners, and I see some of the owners and the coaches and stuff, they wear those masks, that the medical mask, the really generic looking ones. They look like maxi pads. Okay? You look like you are wearing a freaking maxi pad on your face. You are millionaires. Please buy a decent freaking mask, a normal mask that doesn't look like you're wearing a diaper on your face.
But like the
Freaking
white ones,
disgusting.
I know what you're talking about.
Dude, it's so bad. It's even got the weird lining and it looks like a freaking maxi pad. It's just awful. It's just awful. Okay?
Oh, interesting comment from this guy Joe Cam. VOS still doc writing Brady in 2020. Brady is a glorified game manager. So do you ride docs
Actually,
often?
do I ride docs? When I can. Okay. Now Tom Brady did invite me to his home one time, and they had a dock out in the pond. This was like a fishing pond, and I rode on that dock quite a bit. I sat on it. I had a lot of fun. I sat on it. I even did the reverse cowgirl on the dock. I did all that stuff. You know, I got up underneath the dock. I got up underneath. I went swimming under the dock. You know, so I slapped the dock. I'd smack it. There was one time I even painted the dock. So I got out. I did
Grab
that.
the fishing rod.
There was one time I was like, my God, that's a weird thing. That I licked the dock. So I was trying to figure out, what does this taste like? It's like tastes like some kind of weird aluminum or something. But yeah, I mean, I did all kinds of random things with the dock. So yes, yeah, and I plan on riding that dock the next time I get a chance. The next time he invites me back to that place, I will ride the dock, Tom Brady's dock. What, Shaq, would you like to ride Tom Brady's dock?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure
Who
Giselle
doesn't?
does that all the time.
Yeah, I was wondering why she was looking at me funny when I wouldn't get off of Tom Brady's dock. So,
She's the only one allowed on his dock.
uh, Adam, how many accounts do you have, dude? Learn how to spell first if you want to uh, be clever there. You give yourself
and
away.
use some different words because you say the same things.
One day he's going to need a job. He's not going to have time for this. But until then, I find it funny. Nightwalker, I ride that dock all the way. Absolutely. And by the way, it's a very long dock. So Tom Brady's dock is so long that by the time you walk across it, you're in the center of the pond, and then you can do quite a bit there. So that was fun. I haven't got to read a lot of the comments. Let me go through here real quick. Danny France says every quarterback is literally a game manager. That is literally their job, manage their offense and score. Okay, so basically, uh, the thing with the term game manager and system quarterback are terms that are spoken by people who have absolutely no idea what they mean. They have absolutely no clue what it is. That's the problem.
And game manager never used to be an insult until Tom Brady became a quarterback. Now it's a
According to
bad thing.
everybody else, no, according to everybody else, you're supposed to go around and throw 14 interceptions in 2 games, and throw 14 touchdowns in 2 games at the same time. Apparently, Jameis Winston is the kind of guy you have to be, so you're not called a game manager or system quarterback, which makes no damn sense.
Got to eat them
Um,
wins.
I mean, my God. But yeah, it's just funny. Everybody I've ever seen who uses those terms have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. That's the funniest part.
Right, and it's Scotty. Yeah, he's a game CEO. He's a game
Game
president.
CEO. Yeah, game owner, baby. Yeah. Oh, Dennis makes a perfect point, a great point. He says Montana was a great game manager. Never thought it would be an insult. It wasn't. They used to say that about him. That was what they said about Montana. The guy is the greatest game manager. What that meant? What did that mean?
Mm-hmm.
That meant that you went out and you didn't make any mistakes. You
And
just
you
took
led your
care of
team.
business. You led your team. You made sure that everybody was where they're supposed to be. You led them. If you had to throw some touchdowns, you did. If you didn't, if the game plan was different, whatever it called for, that's what you did. Okay, that was a compliment. All right. No, Dan Marino was not a game manager, as in the sense that people use that term. How many rings does Dan Marino have? Give me a game manager every freaking day of the week over a
Gunslinging
gunslinger.
crazy.
God, I'm so tired of hearing that term. Gunslinger. Oh, I want a gunslinger. Look at Patrick Mahomes. He's a gunslinger. Oh my God. Okay, cool. It's fun. It's exciting. It's cool looking and stuff. But at the end of the day, I like jewelry. Okay, I like jewelry. A lot of it.
I like
A lot.
quarterbacks who don't throw a lot of interceptions.
Oh, Jared, nice. Jared says game manager was a term coined by losers who were trying to praise Dan Marino and John Elway over Joe Montana back when Marino and Elway couldn't win a Super Bowl. Let's just all take a pause and give a great hand to Jared Weaver because that was fantastic. Because that's absolutely what happened. Growing up, Elway and Marino were known as the Super Bowl losers, Super Bowl chokers. Marino could only get to one, and then before he could even get to, he'd screw it up somewhere along the line before even getting there after he went there the first time and got annihilated by the 49ers. But then Elway lost three. He lost three. It was like, what the hell is going on with this dude? So they needed to put them on a different level um, next to Montana. So they needed to use those terms. Does that sound familiar, guys? It's what they did to Brady to make Peyton and Aaron Rodgers and guys like that look better. That's what they did. So It's how it works with them.
So
Joe Montana.
apparently,
Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say. Apparently, Joe Cam is saying that Brady is wouldn't be successful without Belichick. What's the Bucs record right now? I'm just curious.
Yeah. So. Oh, you froze up on us. Check. Okay.
Oh, did you hear what I said? Listen,
No.
Brady's 5th in the league in touchdown passes right now. He's on a 4-2 team right now. So, is that not successful?
Yeah. Well. The deal is mainstream. Okay. The mainstream media that does the football drafts and stuff. So you got your ESPN, and now you got Fox Sports, and all these type of people and fans. Okay, football fans alike. They all have a similar mentality, and this mentality is, if a guy isn't taken in the first round, if he didn't come with some kind of hype, then he is a game manager. If he overachieves, if he exceeds expectations, he's labeled. But if he's taken in the first round, and if he was a famous guy in college, then all of a sudden he's better, right?
Yeah, his prestige is higher.
These guys hated it. They hated it when Elway, the chosen one, okay, and Dan Marino, the young stud, coming out of nowhere and throwing for 48 touchdown passes. And granted, I give him props; it was awesome. But they couldn't stand that a guy like Joe Montana, okay, was never supposed to be anything, comes in and just owns the fucking league. Okay? You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to go against what we say. Okay? Remember Kurt Warner? Kurt Warner was sitting there lighting the league on fire. And all anyone could talk about was Brett Favre. Brett Favre, Brett Favre, Brett Favre. That was it. Nobody gave a shit about what Kurt was doing. Yeah, everyone was like, oh, it's a great story and everything. But the moment that he got injured, the Rams said, oh, Kurt, you're out of there. You think they ever would have done that to Marino? You think they ever would have done that to Elway or ever done that to Favre? Hell no. But Kurt, no. Oh, sorry, Kurt, you were undrafted. So you're shit. So the moment you get injured, we think we can move on. They replace Kurt Warner with Mark Bulger. Think about that. All right? That's that mentality, that stupid mentality. And then they did the same shit for Peyton. Tom, 6th-round pick. Oh, you're not supposed to do that. Okay? How dare Tom Brady have the audacity to beat our chosen one, Peyton Manning, our number 1 overall, our chosen one, the guy who was supposed to be the greatest quarterback of all time. Okay? He was handpicked by all the pundits, everybody. How dare Tom Brady have the audacity to steal Peyton Manning's entire career?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he did.
Mm-hmm.
He took, not his career, I'm sorry, his legacy. Okay? He stole it. That was Peyton Manning's legacy. And if Tom Brady doesn't exist, Peyton Manning has way more than 2 rings. Okay? Way more. So, no. It's the same shit over and over and over and over again. It's why Russell Wilson doesn't get any credit, but they lose their shit and they put Patrick Mahomes' nuts in their mouth. Okay? And but yet Russell Wilson still is trying to get an MVP. It's a disgrace. It's absolutely ridiculous. But same story over and over again. And actually, you want to know the truth? In a way, Drew Brees was done this way as well. Okay? So the Chargers, oh, well, they had this fresh young kid, Phillip Rivers. Okay, so let's get rid of Drew Brees. Do you really think the Chargers wouldn't want to rethink that if they could go back in time? What do you think?
Yeah. Because they'd have Drew Brees. I mean, nothing against Phillip Rivers.
Nothing against Phillip, but don't you think that they would have redone that deal? So
imagine Drew Brees with the talent with the team that they had in, what was it, 2006? That was the team that went 14-2.
Yeah, but way past that, and the resurgence of the last few years that they've had some
Right.
great players and stuff. And again, not a shot at Phillip Rivers, but Drew Brees is just on a different level. So it's this mentality. It's this first round mentality, this bias. It's
First pick. Because
first
that's what
pick,
Peyton
first
Manning
round. Yeah,
was. Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, it's different when you go from like of the first round, like the sixth pick, like Justin Herbert is. Like, there's really not that much prestige with him because nobody's really like he's a first round pick, but he's not number one. If you're the first pick in the first round, then that is a lot more pressure. That's a lot more, you have to be damn good, and if you're not, you're a total bust. Like what Ryan Leaf, wasn't he that?
Yeah.
Like talk about total bust.
Yeah. It's I want to see some young kids come up, and I want to see the up and coming guys, so we can have the Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady. And like when I was young, we had those battles too. You had Montana versus Elway, and Montana versus Marino, and things
I'm
like
not sure
that.
if we're gonna get those anymore,
But
to be
I don't
honest.
see it. I don't
Yeah, I
see
don't
it.
think we're gonna get them. Yeah, because there isn't like really like two. I mean, I guess the closest you get is Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, but that doesn't really, it doesn't give you the oomph that a Brady versus Manning gives you.
Dennis is asking who blocked Joe Cam. It was getting funny. I don't know. I didn't do it. You mean Adam? His name is Adam Williams.
Yeah, he
Actually,
has 1,000 accounts.
yeah. Yeah, don't block anybody unless they're cussing or saying some racist shit like he has done before. So, yeah. But as long as they aren't doing that, then I don't mind. Yeah, everybody knows him. So, okay.
To
What do
be
you think,
to be
Shaq?
honest, he was saying the same stuff. I said it
Oh,
in the chat. I said
over and
I
over.
said no, but I said he should watch your videos. Your entire Brady hate saga is basically a debunking of everything he's saying.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm sure. I'm sure
oh,
he's
they
seen
play
him.
in a crappy division. Oh, he can't win without this. Oh, like everything he's saying is you've debunked it.
Yeah. Oh, no. Adam Williams is not Mike Montana. Mike Montana is a dude. That dude is a psychopath. Okay, Mike Montana is not a troll. Okay, there's a difference. A troll is someone who's just trying to piss people off. Doesn't really have his own personal convictions. Has no real arguments. Mike Montana is a guy who has a serious problem. He is a stalker. He is a crazy person. Totally different dude. This guy has all kinds of crazy stats. He puts a lot of work into his what he does. He's hardcore. Different guy. But yeah, that dude follows every one of my videos. That guy has been known to follow me commenting on other videos on other channels that have nothing to do with Von L Sports. He follows me around. He's crazy, man. So,
He's a
and
big
if you
fan.
remember a few weeks back, I said someone needs to tell Joe Montana that Mike Montana's lurking. You know, tell him because he might come after you. And then that very night, that report came out about someone trying to steal Joe Montana's grandbaby. We were like, wow, someone's going to be investigating our asses because we said that, you know. So yeah, Soren says we still have Rodgers and Brady, and yeah, it was a great matchup. I was pumped for this today.
Yeah, it was exciting. But I don't know. It still didn't really give me the oomph that Brady and Manning was. Like Brady Manning, it's like, oh my god, like you're on the edge of your seat. You're like, oh, it's
Yeah,
back and forth. It's
absolutely, absolutely. And The intensity, like every game mattered. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah. Even the regular season games are like ridiculous. Like I remember that 2007 game with the Colts. I I think I changed my pants like 3 times because it was so pressure packed.
It was crazy. I remember the stress. Do you remember the stress of the week
Yes.
leading up to each game? It was,
Yeah.
yeah, insane. So it's about to go into halftime for San Francisco. They're up 21-6. Jimmy G's playing, and I'm glad to see that Jimmy is uh, getting something done because I always root for him. Of course, I root for all the former Pats players. So, although for some reason I get bitched out when I uh, talk about Tom Brady and root for Tom, but nobody gets mad. The Patriots fans don't get mad at me if I talk about Jimmy or Jacoby. Ain't that funny how that works? So it's interesting. So oh, Danny's right. Danny France says Lamar versus Mahomes will always be watched on mute. You have to. You have to
That's
because the
true.
amount of slurping that goes on
Hmm.
is it's I it's awful. It's so annoying.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, again, I was pissed about how the Patriots game went. I thought that was a winnable game, especially when the Denver Broncos couldn't even score a touchdown and our defense got some picks. Things were going pretty damn good, in that regard. Just couldn't get the offense going. And I was really, really annoyed by that. But I'm sorry to say, just this week particularly, watching Brady beat Aaron Rodgers after the crap that they talked this week, not Aaron personally, but his
Mhm.
teammates and fans and stuff. After all the crap and junk that they said, I'll admit it did make me feel better. it,
It did.
it helped a lot because I'll tell you what, with the way the Patriots game went, and then had that been followed up by Tom losing to Aaron Rodgers, God,
Yeah, this
this
would have
post
been a
game show would
totally
have been a lot
different
different.
show. A lot of depressed faces. Oh, right, right. Oh, did Tom shake Aaron Rodgers' hand? Since everybody cares about that.
He sure did. They even talked on the field. So if one of them gave each other the China virus, kiss my ass because that's what he did. Okay, so you can't get mad. You can't get mad. So Nightwalker, you're insane, dude. Just want to just want to say, Nightwalker at the beginning of the show, in honor of Thomas Edward Patrick Brady, number 12, he sent 500 euros. 500 euro super chat.
Which is
Daniel,
86 dollars in
$585.
America.
It's crazy. So, oh, look who's back. Adam. Adam, welcome back. Are you not in timeout anymore? Did you need
So,
your diaper changed?
so your name is Vin Allen now.
Oh, cool. Brady has
Vin
terrible
Allen.
sportsmanship. Vin Allen is a racist. Oh,
Vin.
oh my God. I'm a racist. He called me a racist. What
No,
am I
not
going to
not not
do?
not not you, Vin Allen.
No, no. Vin,
Vin
Vin
Allen.
is my Vin is my alter ego. See,
Oh,
he's my
okay.
alter ego. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Adam kind of tapped in. Tapped into my alter ego. Vin Allen. He's like my
He's also
Italian.
Van Allen.
He's my Italian mobster alter ego. Vin. Hey, Vinny. Yeah, Vinny. Come here, Vinny. Vin Von Allen. Vinny Von Allen. That's my name.
You're Vinny Two
So.
Pots. Come over here.
I mean, gosh, I mean, when someone calls you a racist, ouch, that hurts my feelings. Okay.
Why and why are you a racist? I don't I'm missing that part.
I don't know.
What have you said that's racist
I
on
don't
today?
know. I don't know. I don't give a shit, honestly. Listen, if someone says that to you and it bothers you and you're trying to defend yourself, it means that maybe you are a little. If you're not, you don't care. So I don't care. Um, Jamari Hucho, welcome, my friend. I don't know if I've ever seen you here before.
I
Um,
think I have. Yeah.
Maybe. He says, do you think Tom Brady will win another ring before he retires? Yes, I do. If, okay, I just want to put if they keep up with how well they did today. The penalties,
Hmm.
the way they seemed to, they just look like a different team, a different team today. If they can stick to that, I'm not saying they have to uh, have no penalties every game or whatever, right? But just not the stupid penalties. You just I understand a false start every once in a while. I understand encroachment. That's fine. Okay, it happens, right? PI, it happens. But taking a penalty because someone's cussing at you and then you headbutt them because you cannot keep your composure, or like Mike Evans who is always getting in trouble all the time, or Ndamukong Suh doing something stupid. If they don't do stuff like that, absolutely Tom Brady will get a ring. But I'll tell you about something about that. I want to see the Patriots versus the Buccaneers, and not just for the obvious reasons, but I want to see the entire NFL's head explode. All right? Because when Tom Brady was in New England, at the very least, the people in the NFC, the teams in the NFC could get to go to a Super Bowl, and they could even possibly win it. But the moment you send Tom Brady over to the NFC, and now Brady is on the NFC side, Belichick is on the AFC side. Oh my God. It's like they've dominated the entire landscape of the NFL. Now, what are you going to do? So, just for that reason alone, people should be rooting for that matchup just to watch everybody have a freaking meltdown. Can you imagine the meltdown that would happen if they were playing each other? So, Rivera 2030, welcome. Robert Last, welcome.
By the way, why hasn't anybody called us today?
Oh yeah, well, probably. I don't even think I mentioned it. The Skype, but yeah. Oh, it's pronounced honcho. Okay, like head honcho. It's pronounced honcho, but I put a spin to it and called it huncho. The meaning is the same thing. Okay, yeah. And I've been here before. I just changed my name. It was 810 Jamari. Oh, okay, cool, awesome. Well, welcome back, buddy. Oh, you're a YouTuber now. Cool, awesome. Yeah, Rivera says I would love a Bucks Pats Super Bowl. It's a right. They might have called me racist because I said China. I didn't know Chinese. I didn't know that was a race. Did you know that Chinese people were a race? I didn't know that. I thought it was a country. Last time I checked, geographically, that thing did come from Wuhan, China. That is a country. So learn some geography. So figure it out. Um, it took Peyton Manning 4 years to win with the Broncos. Yeah, that man. Okay, when they had that record-breaking year with 55 touchdowns and all that good stuff, they just got destroyed, absolutely destroyed. by the Seattle Seahawks. That was rough. That was rough. So, yeah, they're showing the highlights now on the NBC game, which is not that interesting to be quite honest with you. But I'm sure Raphael is very excited, very happy because they're doing well. Carson Wentz. Okay, can I just say this? I have nothing personal against Carson Wentz. I know people think I do because sometimes I take shots at him, and I've done it before in my videos. It's not personal, man. But is that the who's the bigger case of buyer's remorse? Carson Wentz, Philadelphia Eagles buyer's remorse for Carson Wentz, or Minnesota Vikings with Kirk Cousins, or Houston Texans with Brock Osweiler? Who do you think has the biggest buyer's remorse? Because the problem with buying Carson Wentz was that you lost Nick Foles.
Yeah.
So not only did you invest in a guy who you can't get your return on your investment, but you lost as well. That sucks. So.
And you rely on a guy who you can't really keep him healthy, because remember the tail end of, what was it, a couple years ago? Well, a couple years ago, 2018, he got hurt. That's why Nick Foles was able to do what he did, because he came in.
What's Dennis saying here? He says back. Read that, Shaq. That Dennis is saying here.
Back to my question, do you think Herbert versus Lawrence could be the next Brady versus Manning, since Lawrence will be drafted by the Jets? I don't think they're going to draft Lawrence, honestly, because
I hope
the Jets
not.
are just going to. The Jets are just going to waste them. They've wasted so many first-round draft picks. I mean, Sam Darnold is yet another example of them just wasting another draft pick. So I don't think they're going to take him if they are the number one pick.
Yeah. God, I hope not. I mean, I want Lawrence to have a good career, and going to the New York Jets means
you won't.
Thrown into the abyss. How can one organization just be so shitty? I mean, you've got the Jets, you got the Bengals organization. I mean, just you've got these teams that are just from the top down are just a wreck, a complete mess. It's crazy. Do I think Carson Wentz will get benched? No. No, he's still the best that they've got. That's what's scary about it. And the problem isn't, okay, I just want to be clear. The problem isn't that Carson Wentz is a garbage quarterback. I'm not saying he's crappy. But anytime I make a comment about a player, it is always with the you always need to take the caveat that comes with it.
Yeah,
it's the value, the what you paid and what you're getting in return, because that matters. It changes everything. If you're getting a guy at 15 million, but he's he's like a middle tier quarterback, that's a good deal. But if you got a guy that's a middle of the pack quarterback and you're paying him 35 million, that's not a good deal. So it's all relative. Like right now, I think the best value that anyone's got for a great quarterback versus the money is honestly the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, they're paying $25 million for the GOAT, who is still playing great. $25 million. He's not even in the top 10 highest paid. Okay, and in a few weeks, if Cam can get back into form, Cam will become the single greatest value at quarterback possibly in NFL history. If Cam can get the Patriots to the playoffs, he could possibly be the greatest value of cost versus reward. The difference is that big. Wouldn't you agree, Shaq?
Yeah, absolutely.
The dude's costing $1.5 million. If he can get the team just to the seventh seed, we call that the
The
participation
giveaway
trophy
seed.
seed. The everybody gets a trophy seed. Um, then he would be the greatest value and differential. A former MVP for 1.5 million, and a guy who's still, he's not like he's old or anything. I mean, he's still so. Yeah. The Jets have just a top down problem. So I don't care what anybody did in college. I don't give a crap about college. I don't care. I don't care if you're the greatest college player of all time. If you're not producing in the NFL, you are nothing. You don't mean anything. Okay? You'll mean something to people who love college football. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I I don't care what you did in college. It's great. Okay, yeah, cool. All right, you're number one. Whatever. Do it in the NFL. Okay? So Peyton Manning, you got Ryan Leaf. How's that worked out? How'd that work out for him? He couldn't handle it. He couldn't mentally handle it. Couldn't handle the stress. Didn't take it seriously. Thought he was awesome. So
And Tim Tebow was great in college.
Soren,
Oh
I,
yeah,
I know
there's see it twice the same last set.
I know you're kind of you're joking there, but to say that you could make better decisions for the Jets than they do, yeah, okay, because here's the thing. A lot of these owners, I'd say actually probably more than half are terrible at their jobs. Okay, and the problem is that these guys are all billionaires, and most of them, they've created the whatever business empire that they're in, right?
Right. They
Well,
bought toilet
when you
paper or whatever.
whatever it is, when you do that, you get an ego. You think that anything you touch is going to turn to gold because you're just such a great businessman, even though there are other factors involved. Maybe how you run a Home Depot, okay, is different than how you run a football team. Completely different situation. But they think because they made it that they can do that, and they end up not doing it at all very well, and they suck at it. So a fan, like you're saying, Soren, you say that you would make better decisions than the Jets. Absolutely, because you don't have that illusion that you're just the greatest thing that's ever happened to the business world. Okay? You are coming from a standpoint of a football fan. So that means you followed everything, you see it from a different perspective. Of course. I absolutely agree with that you would run the Jets better than the Jets do. And
It's funny.
yeah,
It's
go
funny
ahead.
how you said the Home Depot. Arthur Blank was an owner of the Home Depot, and now he owns the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah,
So
that's that's what I was going after. So uh, Tim Tebow is a. Why are you asking me about Tim Tebow? Is that a joke? Oh, you're talking to somebody else. Okay, never mind.
yeah, because I meant Tebow because we were talking about like people who are good in college and didn't translate to the NFL.
Yeah, when you're running a football team, owning a football team is okay. This is not to lessen what military people do, okay? But I'm not saying that football is the same as military, and as far as like noble and sacrifice and all that. That's not what I'm saying. But how you run a football team should be looked at in a similar way that you look at how a general would see things. How you would go, you take the right guys and they fit, and you train them, and you're disciplined, and you look at all of the angles, and that's different. It's different than how you would run a business
Oh God.
or how you would be an
Happy
investment banker
sis.
or something like that. So, did your brother just say a physicist?
No.
That was weird. I swear to God, sometimes it sounds like he's talking to me. Like I thought he said, "Oh, or a physicist." I was like, "Well, that's true. I guess you would make a different decision." So, but yeah, Johnny Manziel. Although I know me and Jared have had this conversation before, but I knew Johnny Manziel was going to be a bust. When I was doing the draft, I looked at his college and I was like, "That's not going to translate.
But
That's garbage. It's not going to happen." So
I mean, he was just a bust because he's an asshole and was just acting the fool on the field.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that he was so as bad as he became.
Yeah.
I was just going off his game alone. I looked at his game and I didn't like it. I just didn't think it was going to translate. I had no idea that he was a psycho or an idiot. So yeah,
And I mean,
the
as soon as you're doing this, like the money thing, like, don't you think that's gonna make defensive players pretty mad at you? And it's gonna make them even more angry to want to hit you. And when you're a guy that's as small as Johnny Manziel was, what do you think is gonna happen? It's not
yeah,
gonna be a long career for you.
exactly.
Sorry, Addy. I mean, we keep talking about the Browns.
Well, at least not we're not talking about today's game, and that's what he didn't want to do.
Oh,
So
hey.
how much longer will Tom play football? He will. Okay, he will definitely fulfill the 2-year contract. But if he's playing, let's say, so his contract would last through also the 2021 season. If he's playing like he is right now, at the end of next year, he will come back a third year. As long as the team is still got a lot of the same players, as long as
Oh,
Godwin's there and Evans, people like that.
Luke
So,
wants to know if we talked about the Bucs Packers game. I think we did in the beginning.
oh
In the
yeah,
beginning,
yeah,
right?
yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, basically we said that it's their best effort. I would say it's their best effort of the year so far, right? Because they've had no penalties, and Brady was on fire. It seemed like the team as a whole responded to what Brady said to them this week, and they
Yeah,
performed like that.
is what do you mean by victim? Um, Aaron Hernandez was a victim of CTE. Well, I think. Okay, with Antonio Brown, I think something did happen. I think when
Yes.
Vontez Perfect hit him,
Yeah.
because I remember Antonio Brown was known as the guy who was quiet, hard
Hmm.
worker. Don't you remember those comments about him? They used to say
Yeah.
that about him. Every time there's a Pittsburgh game, they say, "Oh, this Antonio Brown, he is the ultimate professional. He works hard. He just keeps his head down. He's like Jerry Rice, He's just focused, and then he gets nailed by Vontez Burfict, and then he becomes a complete psychopath. All right. So yeah, do I believe that he's a victim of CTE? Aaron Hernandez is a different thing. CTE is not why he's a freaking murderer. This guy apparently was doing this kind of crap in college, and he knew he was mixing up with the wrong people. He knew he was trying to live that gangster life and all that crap. So I don't know if it could be completely put on CTE for what Aaron Hernandez was doing. I think that's a different thing. But Antonio Brown definitely, because Aaron Hernandez is a freaking murderer, and that he a total piece of shit.
I can't
And
remember a big hit that
no,
he took during his, what was it, 2 seasons with the Patriots.
actually he didn't. Not
Yeah, I don't think
he
he really
didn't.
took a big hit to the head.
No, but Antonio Brown definitely, yes. That hit by Vontez Burfict in the playoffs, that I thought he was dead for a second. That's how bad that hit was. Yeah, well,
Junior
Junior
Seau,
Seau,
yes,
but he killed himself. That
he killed
but he
himself.
didn't go out and murder somebody. But Aaron Hernandez, okay, if Aaron had just been a good guy, okay, forever, and then randomly and went out and killed somebody, and then we're all like, what the hell happened? Then I would say maybe, okay, but he was already living that lifestyle. He was into that kind of thing. He was enjoying that. He was a part of that way before, way before. So he's a little different thing there. So
But he really kept it to a lull when he played for the Patriots, because I don't really, I remember hearing, rumblings about it when he was drafted, but as soon as he
but
started playing, it was like nothing. And then
never thought about it.
everybody was talking about Gronk and Hernandez, the Boston TE party, and all of that. And then what happens.
I remember
So
there was a point where I couldn't figure out who was actually the tight end I preferred. Like it was like is it Aaron? Is it
yeah,
Gronk? And that's how great it was. That's how amazing. And I had
both of them at the prime were crazy good.
yeah. Again, I know that Aaron had CTE. And when they did his autopsy and then they did the necessary tests for that. But again, he was already living that lifestyle for a very long time. It was a part of what he did. He liked it. He enjoyed it. He was involved in that. So I don't know if it can be put on
Watch the Pats Jets
completely.
2012
So
matchup.
did he? He got lit up in 2012. Yeah. Before 2012, he had already been. They have already thought that he was involved in several other murders, and I think one perhaps in college, right? So even before that, I don't know if Aaron was better than Gronk. I just remember feeling that they were both so awesome that they're a different type of player, by the way. They were. I know they both
Yeah,
played tight end, but Aaron was utilized differently. But I
he
just
was like a
remember it
wide
was just,
receiver
yeah.
ish.
But it was just so awesome that it was like, could you imagine having those guys for like the next 8 seasons straight? I mean, God, it would have been amazing. So, but no, the guy's a murderer. He's a piece of shit, and he shot a guy in cold blood, and a guy who was his friend, and a guy who was dating or was the boyfriend of his girlfriend's sister. So it's kind of family. It's not family exactly, but it's kind of like that. To do something like that, that's got to be something in you. You know what I mean? CTE or not, that's something that you know is a part of you. And I think, yeah, he's just a he's just a piece of garbage. And good riddance to him. So,
Hmm.
oh, I know, Dark Minute Man. I know you're not excusing it. No, I absolutely got that. I'm just expressing. I'm just saying though, in general though, because I have heard people say things like that. But no, I know that you're not saying that. So, absolutely not. But yeah, shout out. Oh, see it twice. Says shout out to Jimmy G. He is balling tonight. Glad to see that. Yeah, Ray Rice. Screw that idiot. Ray Rice, man. You have a pretty damn good career. You're on a good team. I mean, even if even if it you're not even if you're not a NFL player, you've got a contract on the line and all that stuff. What are you doing? Punching your girlfriend in an elevator and knocking her out. I mean, why would you do that? Just if she's that crazy, which she seemed to be, dump her. Just go away. Like, get out of that. Get out of that. Run if it's that bad. No.
And then you,
So
and then like, I'm not right. I'm not saying beat a woman because you don't ever do that. But if you're gonna do it, you don't do it in public in an elevator
and then
where there's
drag her
cameras,
body
and
out
then
of the
drag
freaking.
her. Like it's.
But man, listen. If and this is just advice to all you guys out there. If you are in a relationship that is so toxic that you have almost come to wanting to hit her, get out of it. Get out of it.
Mhm.
That just leave. Just go. Just But as far as Ray Rice is concerned, not only did he screw up badly, but he threw away everything and he betrayed his teammates. He betrayed his friends, guys who were counting on him. It's just so much involved. So Soren Whale says my girlfriend wants to get beaten. Okay, she's into that kind of thing. I guess that's how you guys get down in Sweden, huh? It's a Viking mating ritual, is what Soren's referring to. So, oh, Aaron Hernandez would have been a Hall of Famer. I have no doubt.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, because he would have been playing with Tom for however long. So, yeah, Ray Rice sucks. Tiffany, what's weird? What happened? Oh, Soren is not joking. He says not joking. She
Wow.
wants it. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Hmm.
Interesting.
Interesting. Is that how you guys get down up there in Sweden? All right. So, what do you think? This is a good stopping point? We've been
Yeah, I
going for
think
2
so.
hours and 17 minutes. I think it's been a good evening. No, we are not going to have a discussion about masochism.
Yeah, yeah,
Different
I think.
channel.
Yeah, I think this is the time to go because Masochism and S&M and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's a different channel, buddy. But I also thank you all of you guys tonight for your super chats. You guys are freaking awesome people. I love you guys. You're amazing. And
Daniel with that bomb.
Daniel, dude, I appreciate it so much. You have no idea. Um, it's a huge help. I cannot wait to get back to America because we're gonna put together a really cool studio so it looks has like a very professional look, and then you can see my whole body. You don't have to just see my shirts or whatever. You can see everything. You can see me in my trousers. You can see me in my underwear and all kinds of other great, wonderful things. So yeah, and see, Nightwalker. The real reason he sent a 500 euro super chat is because he wanted to purchase some more Cam Newton clothes for me. So he's secretly it's a German thing. I don't know exactly. Ask him and Dennis why, but they really like the various Cam Newton outfits that So that's what that's for. So I'm certain. I'm very certain of it. So Dennerling says please no underwear. You want me to not wear underwear? Okay.
Yeah, that's really gonna make us lose viewers.
You never know. It may add a whole new demographic that we've not been looking at.
Maybe.
So you never know. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I had a great. This has been fun. This is a great night. No, the
Yeah, this
Patriots
is
didn't
great.
win, but again, it's going to be fine. Uh, there's a lot of positives, meaning get a good week of practice. Nothing bad going on, hopefully, and see what
Healthy.
happens against this 49ers team that's playing pretty damn well. But
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty tough, but if they're healthy and
they're in the third quarter right now, so check that out if you want after the show. So, but and congrats to Tom and the Buccaneers for shutting down Aaron Rodgers. That's what you get for talking crap about the GOAT. You don't do it. You don't do it. So, anything you want to say, Shaq, before we go?
the Jets suck.
The Jets suck. Okay, perfect. Um, I'm not sure. I'm not making any promises, but if the Chiefs somehow lose to the Bills, maybe I'll come on for a few minutes to talk crap. I'm not making any promises, but
Oh, we have one more
maybe.
super chat from Spamley and Dragon 24.
Oh, nice.
Five
At the
dollars super
last
chat.
minute. Spamland Dragon, a $5 super chat. He says, call-ins. Uh, yeah, real quick. Yeah, I'll take your call. Sure.
Yeah,
If
I
you,
want to know his thought about the Bills game tomorrow.
God, I hope they win. I hope the Bills win. That would be freaking awesome. Think about it, guys. Nick Wright and Shannon Sharp and Max
Oh,
Kellerman in 2 days. Patrick Mahomes loses and
Aaron.
Aaron Rodgers. Oh, God is good. Please, please let that happen. I'm talking heads explode. Okay, Gage. He's not going to be happy about what I just said, though. I can tell you that.
I don't think he heard
Howdy.
you.
What's up?
What's up, Gage?
Yo, what's up?
Can't see him, my friend.
We were just talking about Aaron being naked.
Huh?
What?
Nothing. We were-
All right. Like literally, I
So,
just got on YouTube and I saw that you were live, and I was like,
okay.
"Oh, let's go!" And then got on. And you were like, "Okay, goodbye, guys." And I was like, "Ah, shoot."
Well, we've been on for over 2 hours. In fact, this post game
I know,
show is
cause I
longer than my normal Saturday night show. This has actually gone longer. But
I know, cause I was gonna get on at 7, but then I had to go to my mom's to get to do stuff for her
well, I
because
feel
I'm
bad
moving
because you
out.
sent
So
a $5 super chat, and then I'm sitting there saying, I hope, I hope Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes lose this back to back. But again, I have nothing against Patrick Mahomes. I just hate Nick Wright. Okay, I hate Nick Wright, and the way he talks about Patrick Mahomes makes me want to throw up. And I just want to
yeah,
see Nick Wright suffer because he's
the
so
way his room is
disrespectful,
decorated,
so
it's so
disrespectful to
obnoxious.
Tom Brady. So
yeah. Hold on, let me move my chair. I'm actually in the process of moving out to my own place with good wind and stuff. So not my own, my brother's place. So I'm gonna have my whole
nice.
setup, so I don't have to call in on my phone no more. But
You're still in high
I
school, aren't
heard,
you?
yeah,
That's cool.
it was just a bad home situation. So I'm getting
Oh, I
out of
gotcha.
it.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Fair enough.
You guys want to hear my thoughts on the Chiefs versus Bills game?
Yeah.
Absolutely, buddy. You sent a super chat. The time is yours.
Dude, the Bills just. I feel stupid because I was talking like the other week, and whenever after the Ravens and Chiefs game, I was talking about how the Bills look like real competitors, and they go out and get blown out by the Titans, and I was like, well, Titans haven't really practiced except for the scandal that went on when they were practicing unofficially,
Mm-hmm.
like off the field. And I was like, no, they can't be real competitors. So I'm really drawn about this game because I feel like the Bills are like competitors, but I don't think they are no more. I don't know. I don't think this game's close. I'll put it like that.
You think the Chiefs are going to blow out the Bills? Is that what you're saying? Uh-oh. What's going on? What the hell? Sorry, guys. I don't. Well, that was bizarre.
Haven't scored touchdowns the way they have, like, proficiently. You know what I mean? So I give them a
Yeah.
good shot.
I think it's gonna be like I don't think it's gonna be a close game at all. Whichever way it goes, it's not gonna be close. I couldn't see it being close. I think it because the Chiefs players are all high and mighty right now. They're all on their high horses.
Gage,
The Raiders
something.
really helped.
Gage, something happened. I wasn't able to hear what you said, and I don't know if the audience got to hear what you said. But I had asked you. You said that it's going to be a blowout. Do you think the Chiefs are going to blow out the Bills, or the Bills are going to blow out the Chiefs?
See, I don't know because like the Chiefs players are high and mighty on their horses right now. So losing to the Raiders did help, but if they come into this game still cocky, I think the Bills will surprise them and blow them out. But if the Chiefs did what they did last year after that loss to I think it was the Titans, where we dropped to 5-4 or
Mm-hmm.
6-4 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, we need to be a team, and everything was clicking. I think we'll blow them out.
Okay.
Because that last stretch of the last season for the Chiefs, they were untouchable.
Gotcha. Well, I think that this could backfire. Okay, because you got to remember, at the end of the day, I'm a Pats fan, so the Chiefs losing is, while that's good for playoff positioning, the Bills are also a problem for us in the AFC East, because now we're 2-3. The Bills beating the Chiefs tomorrow is going to make them what, 5-0? Yeah,
Mhm.
not good.
No.
Okay.
No. 5-1.
Oh, right, from
Lost
Who'd
to
they
the
lose
Titans.
to? Oh,
the Titans. Yeah.
that's
They
right.
got
That's
blown
right.
out by
That's
the
right.
Titans.
So yeah.
You can barely call that a loss.
Yeah. So they're going to be far ahead. So that's problematic. However, the Chiefs, if they did lose, that actually might help them. It might make them feel like, we need to chill out. We need to not be so arrogant and focus on our game more. So it could actually
Exactly.
be a good thing. So.
But I would rather lose to an NFC team for tiebreakers rather than an AFC team.
Exactly. I agree with you. So.
And How are you? Hold on. Hold on. Just to bring up the Patriots, how are you guys going to lose to the Broncos and not let them score a touchdown, but still lose to them?
No practice, dude. I mean, that's how you look when you have no practice.
Yeah,
Like
I understand.
like a
I
mess.
just had to heckle you guys. I just had to heckle you guys.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, it's. Listen, I said last night on the show that I don't expect us to run. I didn't expect us to run over Denver or whatever, but I expected to win,
Yeah.
and didn't see that coming today. But at the same time, I even said, didn't I, Shaq? Didn't I say that I wouldn't be surprised if Cam has a struggles the first half, and then
Yeah.
the second half kind of gets adjusted. That's kind of what happened actually.
And that's exactly
And
what you did. But you didn't know that they would have like 3 different offensive linemen go out. So
yeah. I
you
mean,
kind of looked at it through like a helicopter view instead of
mhm.
a close up
So
view. But it is what it is.
Yeah. And to comment on the game that this is actually a post game show for, dude, I hate Green Bay with a burning passion. I've probably said that multiple times on this show. I was so happy.
I the arrogance of Jamal Williams to say
Hmm.
something like that about Tom Brady. Who in the hell do you think you are? Okay,
Yeah, at
who?
least my quarterback knows how many downs there are. Like,
Yeah, that's something that like you don't really say. I mean, Tom Brady clearly he didn't know, but that's like a mistake. He's human. He's not a robot.
It's not even
And
a
it's
big deal.
like,
I can point to every
yeah,
single quarterback, and something like that happens. It happens to everybody.
I'm
And
pretty sure Mahomes did that one time.
yeah,
He went to go spike the ball, thinking it was third down, going into fourth to try it. It was against. I remember this. It was against the Browns, not last year, but the year before that. He went to go spike the ball on third down, but it was actually fourth down because they were trying to get a score at half, right before we go into halftime, and he spiked the ball on fourth down.
yeah, this kind of shit happens.
Right.
Um, so yeah, Gage, thank you so much for your super chat and calling in tonight. Appreciate it, man. I think we're going to close up the show though. It's getting late, and I want to give everybody a chance to finish the Sunday night game, which is San Francisco and LA. But
Okay.
I thank you so
Yeah,
much, man.
for
I really
sure.
appreciate it. Good luck to your Chiefs tomorrow, and let's hope it's a good game. So
I hope it's a real good game because well, saying that sucks is I don't get to see it. I scheduled all my off days at work for around the Chiefs schedule,
that's
and
cool.
since it got pushed back, I have to work now.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
I'll be up at 1 a.m. watching it though.
awesome.
All
All right,
right,
man.
I'll
I'll
see you
talk to you
guys.
all
soon.
right,
Thank you
man.
so
Take
much.
care.
Bye. Yeah, that's cool. What one thing that I like about this is that we have some subscribers who are fans of like teams that are basically our enemies. You know,
Yeah.
like we have uh, fans of Chiefs, Packers, or their quarterback is like a nemesis. It's very cool.
It's a good
Um,
mix.
yeah, so I like that. And but
We
guys,
have
thank you
Ravens
so much for
fans.
tonight. Yeah, Ravens fan, exactly. Who the hell would have thought we'd have a Ravens fan, and then we have a Chiefs fan super chatting. That's crazy. And of
Yeah.
course, we've got Addy,
Like
who's
he
Browns and stuff. So
like he really saw the show on his subscriber list and he rushed to want to call in. And he gave you $5 just to call in to talk to 2 Pats fans.
yeah, it's just bizarre, right? It's like, so I love it. I love doing this. You guys are awesome. You make it even more fun. Let's go. Actually, absolutely, Trav. LFG. Let's go. Uh, have a good night, guys, and
It's a great show,
I
you
hope you
guys.
have
We broke our
a great
record.
show.
103. We had our top was our most views we've ever had
We got
for
up
a
to
live
100.
show.
We went
That's
over
amazing.
100.
Yes, we
Really?
did. Yep. I noticed it. I wish I would have did a screenshot of it, but yep, we did. So thanks,
That's
guys.
awesome. That's awesome, guys. Thank you so much. And again, thank you all of you for your super chats. It's you have no idea how much I appreciate it. And Nightwalker, of course, dude, you are the man. Thank you again. Donka, 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 Donka. So, thank you guys. Y'all have a good night. Talk to y'all later.
Good night.
Bye.